So the best way to understand is current CSTAT law and see what are the difference between CPC and CSTAT, how they function, and why CPC is not applicable to CSTAT. So first of all, CPC is a general law for suits in India. आप और मैं लड़ाई करते हैं प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर, आप और मैं लड़ाई करते हैं रिकवरेबिलिटी के ऊपर. You and me are fighting over certain aspects of a contract act. This becomes a civil procedure matter. Thereby, we need to have a very detailed guidelines of who will produce, what someone needs to be given, how will they be approved, how will witnesses come, how will witnesses go, how will there be, I mean, any payment to witnesses being called, or it will not. So there are a lot of things that need to be discussed. Whereas under CSTAT, this only the matters that we'll be discussing only relates to indirect taxes. And on one side we'll have a taxpayer, other side we have a government department, those who never have any conflict of interest. So when you and me are fighting as two individuals, you always have a conflict of interest. I'll always want the money, you will always want the money, or you will always want certain assets to be given to you, I'll want certain assets to be given to you. Whereas in case of a CSTAT or in case of an income tax, the cases relate to taxes on which the other side does not have any conflict of interest. Even if the tax is imposed or tax is not imposed, nothing is coming to them. So they are expected, I'm saying they are expected to be more fair as compared to issues that we see in civil suits. Initiation of proceedings under civil suits have a very detailed guidelines with regard to filing of complaint, service of summons, appearance before the court. Whereas in case of CSTAT, it's usually the written documents, notifications, circulars that are all available and certified on the government portal. So there is no need for much to discuss on witnessing, on cross objections, etc. Chartered accountants, cost accountants cannot represent in civil courts, whereas they can represent in CSTAT. Burden of proof always lies in case of a civil court, always lies on the person who institutes the suit. जिसने केस करा उसके ऊपर burden of proof है. Whereas under CSTAT, the burden of proof always lies on the taxpayer. Taxpayer has to prove how a wrong tax has been imposed on him. We see detailed guidelines in civil suit with regard to evidence, examination, cross-examination, admission, rejection of evidence, whereby CSTAT mostly relies on documentary evidence, which is always certified from the government. There is a simple book of act, so it's more legal thing that we discuss. Proceedings are adversarial. We know that fighting there is a conflict. They always, whereas CSTAT is more informal, people does not have any conflict of interest. Execution of orders. The civil court requires a separate procedure involving execution of orders regarding attachment of property, etc. Usually CSTAT orders are carried forward by tax department itself. There is no need of separate procedure for separate discussion in the courts itself for the execution of a civil. Court fees is based on the value of the claim, whereas under CSAT there is a very nominal fees, 5,000, 10,000 that requires to be paid.
Welcome to COMPLINITY Technologies. COMPLINITY is India's leading governance, risk and compliance software helping companies to manage their compliance, contracts, litigation, legal updates, inter-financial controls and more. COMPLINITY is a one-stop shop for all GRC needs. With our proprietary 12 GRC modules and real-time legal updates on 2,000 plus laws and 24,000 plus compliances. All in an integrated platform that is easy to use with automated alerts and risk management capabilities. Is why compliance managers, general counsels and chief financial officers choose COMPLINITY every time. Join the most innovative and prestigious brands that use COMPLINITY. Automating your compliance management. Request a demo at complinity.com.